So this might be the most versatile, unversatile lens. Let me explain. So this is the Laowa 10mm F2.8, and this is one of the main lenses that I've been using a ton for the past couple months. And what I meant about that statement in the beginning is that at 10mm, you probably think that it's way too wide to be useful except in certain situations, but I actually don't think that's true. I recently took this lens to a little content creation trip at an Airbnb with some friends, and the 10mm is actually a lot more versatile than you might think. Obviously at an Airbnb, it looks super nice and we want to have a lens that's wide enough to capture all of the interior shots. And at 10mm, this lens is great for that. It's super wide, so your field of view of what you're recording is massive, especially in tight scenarios like smaller bedrooms or bathrooms. One of my favorite part of using this lens is that because it's so wide, even if you're doing handheld shots, it looks really stable, but if you want to throw it on a gimbal, it looks super immersive. It basically looks like you're flying an FPV drone through the house, but with mirrorless camera quality. Because it's so wide, everything looks way more stable than if you're using a tighter focal length, so that even if you have some micro jitters if you're using a gimbal, this basically just smooths it out. I do think that in certain scenarios, a 10mm might make the room look a little bit too unrealistic, but most of the time when we're using this, I think that actually looked really good. Because this lens is a zero distortion lens, or as zero distortion as you can get with a 10mm, even when you shoot in real estate, you don't have to worry about the fisheye effect, which is what a lot of wide angle lenses have trouble with, especially because for real estate, you want to make sure that all of your vertical lines are straight and you're not warping in any way, and this lens is able to accomplish that without any problems. Next is vlogging. If you watched my previous review about this lens, you'll know that I picked up this lens mainly to be used as a vlogging lens because it is so wide. 10mm is so wide that even when you're pointing the camera at yourself, you're able to get a wide field of view and you don't have to stretch your arm out all the way as much, and your arms don't get as tired holding the camera, but you're still able to get a wide enough field of view to capture everything that you want. And then when you point this lens at other subjects, you don't really have to worry about framing too much because it is so wide. You'll know that whatever you point it at will still be in view of the camera, while if you're using like a 16mm, you might still accidentally crop out some of your subject, so you do have to worry about framing a lot more. But with the 10mm, it almost becomes like a point and shoot. Point it at whatever you want and it'll capture it. If you shoot a lot of handheld content, you know that wide-angle lenses are generally smoother than tighter lenses because every movement that you make is not as drastic. And that's what's amazing about this. Because it is 10mm and it is super wide, you're able to walk around with the camera and the lens with just your hands. You don't have to use a gimbal, and you're still able to get pretty smooth footage out of it.
I'm gonna borrow your gimbal.
Bring us to all the rooms.
Alright, so we have the living room right here. We got a pretty small TV, some really cozy sofas, really nice picture of a boat, fireplace, firewood, you know, all the amenities. We have a really nice big table here for if you have a big group, maybe 6, 7, or 8, or even 9. Right here we have a first bedroom. This is the, what do you call the smaller rooms? That's not the master bedroom.
I don't know, just bedrooms.
That's bedroom number 1. Bedroom number 2, that's for me and Cody. Cody gets to be on top or the bottom if he prefers, up to him. And then got a little closet here. This is where Cody and I are gonna shower. How do you turn on the lights in here? Yeah, so this is where Cody and I are gonna shower, pee, poo together. You know, spend our quality time. And then this is the master. Amazing view out here of the deck that you have, also your vehicle, the lake out there, fireplace, we have it all. Really big bed, as you can see. This is a king size. You could fit 4 people here if you want, and this is where the other 2 people are gonna shower, you know, and that's it. Oh, and we got a basement actually, if you could come this way. This is where I keep all the children. yo, don't put that in the video. You know, all the kids sleep here. Usually I don't give them blankets because, you know, they don't really deserve it. If they work hard, you know, they might. And yeah, we got ping pong table, another undersized TV.
Where's that door go?
Yo, this is kind of scared. It's locked. It's locked. That's where the kids are. Oh, we got so many doors. Locked. Locked. Yeah, who knows what's in there.
Okay, so pretty cool rooms.
I really want to know, like, what was the purpose of this though?
It's for all the kids.
Do they have 6 kids? Like, And like even if they do, why would you like set it up like this, you know?
One of the main reasons why I really like using this lens for vlogging is because it is so small and so light. It does make the setup a little bit more incognito, makes it a little less heavy, and it just allows me to vlog in more places where I don't really want to bring a big setup or I don't really want people looking at me too much. This just keeps everything nice and compact while I'll still be able to get everything that I need to do. Next, we have BTS. Because we were shooting for the Airbnb, I did have some YouTube videos planned. I will be making a full video about how to get deals with Airbnbs to stay for free and make content for them. So that'll be coming out soon. But this lens helped me get some BTS for that video. Because it is so wide, I'm able to just kind of set this up in a corner and know that I'll still be able to capture the BTS of everything that I'm shooting, where even at 16mm, it is a lot tighter, and you do have to make sure that you are in frame or that your subject is in frame, especially if you're trying to use it to film certain things. But at 10mm, it is so wide that I just plopped this in a corner, and I never had to check on if I was in frame or if my subject was in frame of the BTS camera using this lens. And that just made it so much easier that I didn't have to worry about the BTS camera. I can just focus on the main things I'm shooting and just know that I'll have the footage for the BTS later on.
Fuck, it's hot!
And then speaking of BTS, one of my favorite ways of using this lens is to get BTS but also to get really unique angles. Because it is so small and light, we're able to put this up on a tripod super high and get pretty unique angles. We did this specific angle a couple times because we really did like how the shot looked. And I think this style of shot of putting up the camera super high with a super wide lens is a shot that I don't really see a lot of people do, but definitely one that I'm going to be doing a lot more. Obviously, you don't have to just put this lens up super high. We were able to capture unique angles of putting this lens in a shopping cart or put it beside us to still be able to capture everything that we needed it to capture. And I think once you have a 10mm, it's just all about using a lot more to find out what different angles that you can get that other people with normal lenses won't be able to get because this lens is so unique. And especially after this Airbnb trip where we had to capture a lot of content and we had to capture a ton of different types of content, whether it was real estate or capturing BTS while we're shooting with other lenses, this lens is basically going to come with me on every shoot because especially for this Airbnb trip, if I wasn't shooting with this lens was on another camera for BTS and it was basically pretty much always being used. And I think that's the beauty of this lens. At a 10mm, it doesn't seem versatile, but we actually use it a ton for a ton of different scenarios. And I think if you're looking for a lens that can kind of do the things I described, this might be one of the best purchases to make, especially because it is only $800 while still giving you autofocus and giving you zero distortion for real estate shots. This lens just opens up a lot of doors to what kind of unique shots that you can get. If you are interested in learning more about this lens, I did have a full review of this lens, so I'll put it up right here or down the description below if you want to check it out. If you like this video, remember to give it a like, subscribe to see more photo video content, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.